Chapter 4: Interpreting Data. Practical Tools for Your Company. From Chapter 3, you now have an understanding of the types of data that you may want to start monitoring and tracking as a part of your normal business routine. In this chapter, we are going to take a practical look at what this type of information can help you achieve. For demonstration purposes, we will take a look at the city of Denver in an attempt to identify and show how the data we find could help you grow your company in this particular market. Demographic data. Let's start with basic population figures. With data gathered from the U.S. Census Bureau, we can determine that the city of Denver has a total population of almost 650,000 as of 2013. Compared with 2010, Denver's population has jumped 8.2%, a fairly significant increase and well above the statewide average of 3.2%. For a more comprehensive look at the entire Denver metropolitan area, you can use census data to identify population figures in the neighboring counties. When you examine this data, you can see that the population of Denver metropolitan area is growing significantly faster than other counties, and Denver growth has outpaced the statewide growth over the same period as well. This level of detail may be useful, as you can see that the counties outside of Denver, i.e. the suburbs, are growing fairly significantly. Population is just one aspect that you can monitor. You may also choose to look at family dynamics, educational backgrounds, or per capita income, among others. Whatever trends you choose, just make sure they are beneficial to your company and will help you get the growth projections you need for long-term planning. Building permit rates and valuations. Now that we have established our population figures, let's take a look at recent building permits and their valuations. These figures will show you not only the amount of money being spent on construction projects in an area, but will also indicate the type of work being pursued in these communities. As an example, let's take a look at total housing permits issued and their valuations with data from the U.S. Census Bureau for Denver from 2007 to 2013. By examining this data, you can see that the Denver market for new housing has recovered from the effects of the recent recession, at least from a total permits and valuations perspective. This may be a good sign for contractors looking to expand into the Denver area, whether they are seeking residential construction or the commercial work that will likely coincide with residential growth. A more detailed list of project types and valuations will require you to visit local government authorities and contact appropriate government representatives to obtain the information you need. However, this illustration is designed to show you how easy it may be for you to incorporate basic permit research into your company's business development strategy. Property taxes and bond issues. Looking at the growth, or lack thereof, of property tax revenue in cities and counties can provide you with a good background on the financial health of an area. For our Denver example, let's take a look at the changes in property tax revenue for the counties in the Denver metro area from 2010 to 2013. As this information details, Denver and Arapahoe counties have seen an uptick in property tax revenue growth in recent years, while Jefferson, Adams, and Douglas counties have remained relatively stagnant or declined. While this may be troubling, it is important to know that this is only one set of criteria that we have in our toolbox and should not be used as the sole reason for expanding or not expanding into an area. Now that we've established property tax revenue growth, let's take a look at local bond measures. Based off the table from 2012 election season, Based off the table from the 2012 election season, it would seem that Denver, Arapahoe, and Adams counties are either growing or are in recognized need of new and updated education facilities. Given this, Contractors may want to focus their growth efforts on these 3 counties if they are looking to expand into the Denver market. Now that we have the background information on the Denver market, we can put all the data together and develop an expansion strategy in the Denver market. Depending on whether your company is accustomed to working in an urban or suburban area, you would want to focus on either Denver or Arapahoe counties, respectively. The reasoning behind this is as follows. Both counties have had healthy population growth in the last 3 years. Housing permits and valuations in the overall Denver MSA have recovered and appear to be growing. Property tax revenue has grown in both counties in the past 3 years. This isn't to say that you couldn't find work in other areas around Denver. You undoubtedly could. Rather, this strategy is about improving the quality of your searches and narrowing down where you look for work, saving you time down the road and finding areas to expand into. These 3 variables could be added with others to give you a more comprehensive picture. It's up to you and your company to choose what areas to look at in order to grow in the areas that suit you and your needs. Now that you have a few basic data points to look at, it will be time to start tracking this information for your company. A simple Excel spreadsheet will do the trick and allow you to go back and see any growth or revenue trends in the past 5 to 10 years to help you determine where to grow your business. Chapter 4. So what? All the information in the world won't help you or your company if you can't interpret and use the data to your advantage.